Hello everybody, back again with another video. Hope you're doing well. Hope your life's going well. Hope this week has gone well for you, and I hope that today has gone well for you. Today is Sunday, August 18th, 2024. It's about 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, and I hope you all had a good weekend. Hope that you all have a good work week this week. Hopefully it is a productive and non-stressful work week for you. As for me, I'm doing good. I'll be honest, I didn't do a whole lot today. I kind of wish I did more today, but I don't know, for some reason I was kind of tired, so I kind of used today to mainly catch up on sleep, to be honest with you. But, got work tomorrow and everything, so I want to make sure, well rested before I go to work. But anyway, let's get into Proverbs, right? Like I said in the last couple of videos, you can really learn a lot from Proverbs, right? The Bible, right? There's a lot of learning that, we can do. There's a lot of wisdom we can take from the Bible, right? And apply it to our everyday life, and apply it to this time period, this day and age, right? So many lessons, right? So let's get straight into it. I'm going to start chapter 15, right? Verse 1. And we're in Proverbs. A gentle answer turns away wrath, but harsh words stir up anger. And this goes back into understanding that the tongue, your words, what you say is powerful. And we have to understand that what we say can affect someone's whole mood, whole demeanor. You can literally ruin someone's day by what you say. You have to think about what you're saying to people. You don't want to just say things without thinking, because when you say things without thinking, you have to understand that you really can affect someone psychologically, which is why they say words are powerful. You can stir up anger in someone, as the Bible says, right? Harsh words can stir up anger. Be careful with what you tell people. All these insults and name calling, etc. And also be careful with the type of content you're consuming, right? If you're watching a bunch of videos on social media of people fighting and saying a whole lot of curse words, cursing out people, etc. You have to understand, even if they're not talking to you, that can change moods, that can change demeanors, right? You have to just be careful, right? But a gentle answer turns away wrath. If someone's angry, someone's mad, and you're gentle, there's a chance that it will calm them down. It will turn away their wrath. Something to think about, right? Definitely something to think about. Verse 2. Remember, in Proverbs chapter 15. The wise person makes learning a joy. Fools spout only foolishness. The wise person makes learning a joy. Fools only spout foolishness, right? like I said, we can relate that back straight back into some of this stuff that you see online. I mean, even in the real world, you hear a lot of foolishness, a lot of silliness, a lot of things that can potentially bring down, just the level of intelligence in a conversation, right? But a wise person, they make learning a joy, right? A fool is not even going to want to learn, because a fool is not someone that is willing to listen long enough to even learn, right? And so that's what you have to understand. Verse 3, the Lord is watching everywhere, keeping his eye on both the evil and the good, right? So just remember, if you're doing good things, the Lord is watching. If you're doing evil, the Lord is watching. Just remember that. So do good things in life. Don't do evil. Do good things. Right? Verse 4. Gentle words bring life and health. A deceitful tongue crushes the spirit. Right? So you want to bring life, bring health through what you say, right? And it says a deceitful tongue crushes the spirit. You do not want to be deceptive. You don't want to use your words, use your tongue to lie, right? You want to tell the truth in everything you say. You don't want to make up lies, right? Verse 5, only a fool despises a parent's discipline. Whoever learns from correction is wise. So this goes back to being obedient to your parents, right? If you live with your parents, obey your parents, right? Your parents, they're trying to correct your wrong actions, and you listen, you're a wise person. But if they are disciplining you and you don't learn and you keep making the same mistake over and over, that is foolish, right? That's what we have to understand, that your parents, of course not every parent, but most parents want the best for their children. When they discipline you, they try to get you to correct some sort of action that you took that was wrong. You should listen to them. They only want the best for you. But if you don't, the Bible says that is a fool. Verse 6, there is treasure in the house of the godly, but the earnings of the wicked bring trouble. Right? So you don't want to be a wicked person. You want to be a godly person. Do not want to be wicked. Verse 7, Only the wise can give good advice. Fools cannot do so. Only the wise can give good advice. Fools cannot do so. And the reason why is because fools have no good advice to give. Fools only spout foolishness out of their mouth. They don't have wisdom. They don't have knowledge that can help people, right? There's a lot of foolish people out here that aren't helping people, right? They're hurting people, right? Fools cannot give good advice. You want to take good advice from people who are wise, people who have wisdom, right? People who have had life experiences, right? This is why if you see an older person that is successful in life, you want to listen to what they say very carefully if they're giving advice, life advice, right? Listen to what they're saying. Take their advice, right? Of course, you know, you can choose not to, but it is a wise thing to take an older successful person's advice, right? If they got successful and they were in your shoes at one point, take their advice. It probably will work for you. Not guaranteeing it'll work, right? Because there's other factors outside of, you that can affect your success, but have an open ear. Have an open ear, right? But a fool, like someone who is older, but, let's say they're in and out of jail, prison, etc. I guess the only advice they could give would be to not follow in their footsteps. That would be wise advice, I'll be honest with you. But otherwise, they can't tell you how to become a success at life because they're not. You see what I'm getting at? The wise can only give good advice. The wise, right? The Lord hates the sacrifice of the wicked. And we're in verse 8. The Lord hates the sacrifice of the wicked, but he delights in the prayers of the upright. Right? So, this goes back to being an evil and wicked person, right? You don't want to be an evil and wicked person. You want to be someone who is a godly person, someone who is a good person, generous, trustworthy, etc. You want to be that type of person, not a wicked person that does evil acts, right? Verse 9. The Lord despises the way of the wicked, but he loves those who pursue godliness, right? Let's skip down to verse 12. Mockers don't love those who rebuke them, so they stay away from the wise, right? Someone who isn't willing to listen, someone who acts like they don't care, even when someone is trying to correct their wrong actions, right? They have a tendency to stay away from people who are actually going to rebuke them, someone who's actually going to call them out, right, on their foolishness, on their wrongdoing. A mocker, right? Someone who doesn't care, someone who is just like, okay, whatever. They don't care. They don't care about what the wise person has to say. They don't want to listen to their advice. They don't want to change their ways, right? For example, someone who, is in and out of jail and they're a young person, and you have an older person that's trying to explain to them that you don't want to be going in and out of jail, right? This is going to affect your life in a very negative way. This is going to lead to you, not being able to get a job, right? This could affect your career in very serious ways, right? The mocker does not care about that. So the mocker, what is the mocker going to do? They're going to stay away from that person that's trying to help them, that's trying to give them advice, that's trying to lead them down a righteous path. They're going to stay away from them because they don't care. They don't care about what that person has to say. They're going to do what they want to do because they think they're right, and that person that is rebuking them doesn't care, right? That, or what am I saying? They feel like the person rebuking them doesn't know what they're talking about, right? That's the thing. Let's skip to verse 17. A bowl of soup with someone you love is better than steak with someone you hate, right? So the idea is that, a steak is a more elegant type of dinner than a soup, right? A steak that's more, quote unquote high class than a soup, a bowl of soup, right? But if you're with someone that you hate, right, it doesn't matter whether it's soup, steak, 5-course meal. You want to be around someone that you love, right? That bowl of soup, right? And we can relate this back to today's world. That cup of coffee with someone you love is going to be a whole lot better than some elegant restaurant in downtown with someone that you hate, right? It's always going to be better. It's always going to be better. Verse 18. A hot head starts fights. A cool-tempered person tries to stop them. Do not be a hothead. This will lead you down the path to destruction, destroying your life, right? Destroying your relationships in your life, right? Destroying you financially, messing up your criminal record. All because you're a hothead, all because you could not control your emotions. Emotional control, self-control is a very important thing that must be taught early in life, because once you get older and you're a hothead and you start getting into fights and all that, all it's going to do is mess you up. And the Bible teaches that a hothead is who tends to start fights, right? A cool-tempered person is going to stop them. If you're a cool-tempered person, you're somebody who doesn't want to see violence. You don't want to see two people, getting into it, fighting each other, you're going to try to stop them, right? Because that's what a cool-tempered person does. They try to stop fights. They don't want to see two people fighting. Why would anyone want to see that if they're a normal, cool-tempered person? No one wants to see that, right? No one, right? So, verse 21, we're going to jump to verse 21. Foolishness brings joy to those who have no sense. A sensible person stays on the right path. I'm going to repeat that. Foolishness brings joy to those who have no sense. A sensible person stays on the right path, right? So, if you're someone that doesn't have any sense, the foolishness will bring you joy. Let's be honest. We can relate this back into social media. All the foolishness we see on social media, all these silly, pointless videos, even on the YouTube platform, right? A lot of foolishness, a lot of videos that, just are silly. Bible lets us know that brings joy to people that have no sense. And this is why you have to learn. You have to take advice from people. You have to develop that sense. You have to have sense in this world. You see a lot of people that don't have any sense in this world. They react not based in logic, but pure, pure emotion. They don't necessarily think. They let the first emotion that pops in their head lead them into ridiculousness, right? They say whatever, they do whatever because of emotion, right? You have to think before you speak, think before you act, right? But I think that's led into the fact that there's a lot of joy in watching foolishness. And so it's easy for someone to kind of mimic that and just kind of do whatever because, when people act crazy and act silly to a person that has no sense, it's going to bring joy to them. If that makes sense. I don't know if I explained that correctly. Yeah, but a sensible person is going to stay on the right path. Verse 22. Plans go wrong for lack of advice. Many counselors bring success. Plans go wrong for lack of advice. Many counselors bring success. So in this verse, what they're saying is, if you go into an endeavor, if you have a plan, but you have no one to give you advice on how to, conquer that plan, on how to go through with that plan correctly, things could go wrong. Things could go wrong. That's why it says many counselors bring success. Many counselors, people that you can rely on to, give you advice, they'll be the ones that help you lead a successful plan, right? Verse 23. Everyone enjoys a fitting reply. It is wonderful to say the right thing at the right time. Everyone enjoys a fitting reply. It is wonderful to say the right thing at the right time. So it goes back to what we say. Be nice. Be gentle in what you say. Right? Don't say mean things. Be nice. Right? Let's see. Just go to another one here. I'm gonna skip to, let's see. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 18, verse 15. Intelligent people are always open to new ideas. In fact, they look for them. That's what an intelligent person does. They look for new ideas, new ways of doing things, right? That's what an intelligent person does. So always be open to new ideas. Always be open to trying new things, right? As long as it's righteous, of course. But there's absolutely nothing wrong with having a new idea, with having, a new way of thinking, right? Verse 16, giving a gift works wonders. It may bring you before important people. That's a good one right here. Proverbs chapter 18, verse 17. Verse 17, sorry. I may need some glasses one day. Any story sounds true until someone sets the record straight. I repeat, any story sounds true until someone sets the record straight. Yeah, this is the Bible. This is the Bible. You know how people, they make up lies. People can make up some good lies too. But if there's someone there that's actually, knowing of the truth, and they tell the truth, they've set the record straight, as the Bible says. Their story is going to fall flat. It's going to fall apart. It's not going to make any sense. But remember, before that person set the record straight, that person's story sounded so true. Think about that. Think about that. Verse 20, chapter 18, Proverbs. Words satisfy the soul as food satisfies the stomach. The right words on a person's lips bring satisfaction. And so what the Bible's saying here is say the right things, right? You want to satisfy the soul. Say the right things. You don't want to say mean, evil, wicked things to people. You want to say righteous things, good things, godly things. Right? But anyway, we're almost to the 30-minute mark. I'm going to go ahead and bring this video to a close. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. And I hope that this video inspired a thought. Thank you for watching.